Alright, what's going on, everyone? We're back at it again for another episode, week 4 of One Nation. I'm joined today with, I always got Chips alongside me, and we also brought along a special guest. Give it up for T-Mac, aka Cool Cat. How's it going, man?
Hello. It's nice to be here.
Always happy to have guests join in. If any of you guys want to join in as guests, let us know. Put in the YouTube comments or DM us on Twitter if you have any topics to talk about. So, Chips, how you doing today?
I'm just having a great time. Thanks for asking, Wally.
Always, man. All right, let's go. Topic number 1. The topic on everyone's mind. The Minnesota Vikings. They started off great. They're undefeated. People are calling them the best team in the NFL. They've lost 2 games in a row. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that they started off strong, but they came crashing down harder than the Twin Towers after 9/11. So it's been a tough road the last 2 games.
That's a good comparison. That's a
Hopefully we
good
can get back up
comparison.
on our feet. But for now, it's been a little bit of a crash and burn. Well, hopefully, the future gets better, but there's no guarantees.
Chips, can you give me like a simile for their O-line?
I'd say that their O-line is similar to, I wouldn't say Bin Laden, but the people who hijacked the plane.
Starting off strong. Oh my lord.
I mean, it's just how it is, man. I say it how it is.
All right. So my opinion, their offensive line, it's leaky like a pipe.
It's very
Jake Long, we picked him up and he's still cheeks. I don't know why we got him. Their other one, was it TJ Lemmings or something? He's pretty bad too. Overall, just in the Bears game, their defense kind of struggled, but I don't think it's to blame. Their defense is pretty good. They're the best. They were best in the league. They had 1 bad game. It's just their offensive line that's awful.
Wait, did they not have 2 bad games?
No, their defense didn't have a bad game.
That's true.
Just the Bears game, they did awful.
The Bears game was pretty rough.
That was so bad.
Yeah, when you lose to the Bears, you know that something bad happened because the Bears are literal trash.
I mean, do you think it's getting to the point where they need to recruit Jim Sturm?
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if they already are, to be honest.
Because obviously that man is a stellar athlete.
I mean, he's up there.
The only problem is that I'm wondering if Team America will pick him up for swimming first before they get into football.
Team America. Oh my lord. Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think? Did you think? Where do you think the Vikings would go before these last 2 games, and where do you think they're gonna end up now? Personally, I thought they were gonna make it to the NFC Championship, at least there. I thought their team looked really great. Now, I'm kind of worried. It's a Vikings season. I think they're gonna make it to the playoffs, but I'm not sure how far they're gonna go. Chips, what do you think?
Well, I would say that getting hit that hard and crashing down that hard will really have a huge impact on the Vikings. But who knows? Maybe at some point, a leader will, a leader from Texas with a mustache whose dad was also a leader will step down, and a black man who was a very strong leader will step up and bring us back to our glory days.
Nice.
Would his name perhaps be George? Point. Just throwing a name out there.
I don't know, but for some reason I feel like people are going to question if he's from America.
All right. I mean, that's pretty good opinions. So where do you think they're going to end? Where do you think they're going to go, Chips?
I think that we're winning the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl? Tyler, what about you?
Coming back?
It's a little bold, I see. I'm not quite sure. That was watch the Bears game. It looked pretty bad.
What's your bold prediction of the day?
Bold prediction is that they'll probably just go back to being an insanely average team with a really good defense but an insanely shitty O-line.
Are they getting to the playoffs or not?
They're going to get to the playoffs, but they're not going to go far.
All right. I like it. So, me and you agreed there, but you got Chippy coming in. I guess they're making it to the.
they're winning the Super Bowl. I still have trust, no matter what you guys say. I still think they're gonna do it.
Hashtag remember this tweet. Don't forget. Yeah, you might as well tweet it out now. Even tweet out the
Well,
score.
nobody ever tweeted it when I said that we were gonna. When I guaranteed that we were going undefeated. So maybe they'll just forget about this one like the last one.
I mean, we'll forget about it if you're wrong, but if you're right, we'll remember it.
Definitely
Alright.
remember.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move on to the next topic. It's a pretty controversial one. The controversial Halloween costumes. There was in the media. There was some like celebrities that one guy dressed up as an Indian, and that had some outrage. And now even a kid that goes in our area of the nation,
Just
our
toss
area
it
of the
up.
nation, he posted a pretty controversial picture on Instagram about Halloween costumes, or his Halloween costume. What do you think about it, Chips?
Well, I'd just like to throw it out there. First off, we're not actually throwing out any names here. The name that you see in that picture isn't necessarily the name of the person in real life. So, don't look into that too much
Nope.
because we're not here to expose anybody. But personally, I think that people just need to nut up and get over it. First, that's all I gotta say.
See, I agree.
All
I
right.
definitely agree with that. I personally thought it was hilarious. My mother also agreed with me. I asked her about it yesterday, and she said that, and I quote, "People need to stop being so sensitive." So yeah, she was very outraged with this, but I think it's great. I think it's funny. These are just a bunch of friends just trying to have a funny time. It was hilarious. The only thing I'm concerned about is why you didn't like the picture.
God. I'm sorry, man. It's not my screenshot. I'm not gonna lie. So in my opinion, people overreacted to it, but I can see how like some people could be like, "Oh, I don't like this," but in all honesty, they're probably just complaining just to complain. Um, people are
Yeah,
so
it reminds me of a time last year.
What do you think they're
when
trying
we
to
were-
get out of complaining?
it's 2016, man. People complain about everything. Like I saw some person responding to they were like beef on Twitter.
Yeah, the
Shout
beef
out
on
to
Twitter was
J-Lock.
great.
He wasn't in the beef, but beef on Twitter is just a great line. Or she said that like she was like or like she was really mad that she saw this on her timeline or whatever. And like if you don't like what people are posting, why do you even follow them? That makes no sense to me. Like they're telling them to like get off their timeline or something. I don't even know. I think they just want attention. They want the favorites and the retweets and whatever.
Yeah, I think that people just are too self-righteous. They think that, oh my gosh, because this is a little bit bad, even though it's meant to be comedy, then I'm just gonna freak out because it's not politically correct.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of a time last year when we were reading a certain book and we weren't allowed to say a certain word in the book because
Hey, brother.
there were
Hey,
people
brother.
that got a little bit offended by it, and it's just sort of like get over it. You're ruining the literature.
Chips, just to throw a point at you, do you think it's fair for you to call them self-righteous?
Yes.
Do you think that since you're just
In any way, is that hypocritical?
you're surrounded in your like
No.
white persona, like your white privilege? Do you ever think that
Are we allowed to say that this is okay
can we
because
say-
we're white?
exactly? Is that
Well,
do you
here's
think?
my theory on it. We're allowed to say whatever we want because we're white. I mean, technically, whites control the world. This is the number
You
number
speak your
one
mind.
group of people. So ain't nobody gonna stop me because I've got the whole European Union, America, Canada. There's a whole lot of wealthy countries with large budgets to back me up.
I don't think anyone's backing you up, Chips. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I don't think anyone's
you're not
backing
getting
you
much
up.
support for that one.
Oh my lord. Alright, well, okay, so final thoughts. It can be offensive to some people. Like, I'm not saying that they're wrong, but I don't. There's such a big overreaction. Like, if you don't like it, you can say you don't like it, but you don't have to go on for a whole night tweeting about it. Like, it's just a picture. Get
I
over
definitely
it.
understand like how somebody could like be offended, but like at the same time, it's just great quality banter. Like, and then like if you saw the person on Twitter, like she's just talking with some very poor grammar. She just wanted to throw hands which just I don't know why. Like
There's so much
you
beef
can't say
over
something's
nothing.
immature and then just be immature about it. I don't know. It just seems questionable to me.
Beef on Twitter is always the way to go.
It is true.
All right.
It is true. I mean, we'd struggle to have a job if we didn't have people trying to start beef over
Exactly.
certain topics.
Gotta put the food on the
That's how
table.
we get beef.
All right. I think it's time to move on to the main event. The one everyone's here
one
for.
last
Wait,
thing.
okay, hold up.
So we technically, if you look at the picture, we technically are not sponsored by AT&T. But if you'd like to hit us up, feel free to contact us.
AT&T, if you guys want to sponsor us, we got a we
If you're
can put
looking
you
for
up
some great phone service,
in the
amazing
top right
coverage,
corner.
low prices, great reliability, AT&T, I love the place.
Hey,
I personally don't use it, but I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
we're always
If
open
they
to
give us money
sponsorships.
and
Hit
make
us
it,
up.
it'd be even better.
All right.
Just contact us through the comment section.
All right, let's move on to the main event. Everyone is here for the beef
boy.
between T-Mac and Chippy over the ACT. Grab some popcorn. I don't have any popcorn with me.
Ooh, that's a cute
Do you
pic.
want me to introduce it, or are you guys just gonna hop right into it?
I think
maybe you should
it.
introduce
Okay.
the premise.
So here's the
for
premise.
viewers.
So the ACT, it's a test. Everyone knows. I don't need to explain that. But there's beef. Tyler said he was gonna do better than Chips or something. Like they're gonna see who's gonna do better. And first
Yep.
off, so Tyler gets a higher score than Chips. I'm not sure if I want to disclose the scores. He gets a higher score than Chips on the first test, but then Chips retakes it with an added bonus to it. And
do you want to mention how much time was added, actually?
How much time it was added doesn't really matter
I
because
mean,
it gets
what-
to a certain
I'll let
point where
you guys
you just
take
sit
it from
there
here. Take it
with
from
it.
here.
Okay, well,
It gets to a certain point where it doesn't even matter.
here's my thing. I understand, you're just doing you just want to get a good score and you want to go to college and you want to save money. I understand that. So, if you need to cheat the system to get a better score, like that's okay. Like I'm fine with that. But I just don't think it's fair for you to say that you won when under the same circumstances I did better than you.
So why is it to you that it's always a competition? I mean, why is it always winning and losing? Why did you
It would
even
be
start
winning
the
and
beef in
losing
the first place?
because it would be winning and losing because we specifically like had bet over who was going to do better
we
on
didn't.
it, and there was beef.
You guys
Yeah,
kept asking
that was
me
also in the
over and over
premise.
again what my score was, and I kept
because I
saying,
knew I was
don't
going to
know
do
yet.
better. Because I knew I was going to
Yeah.
do better. And Chips,
It was
guess
a
what? I
one-way-
did. Chips, I did.
Really?
I mean, I did.
For some reason,
just
I feel like if we take my number and subtract your number, it's a positive number,
I feel like
which means
if
that I would do
would've,
better.
like gone and cried about
I mean-
needing extra time, then like it'd be a little different. But under the same circumstances, I believe
okay.
that,
Quick point. Do you believe that you would have beat my score if you had gotten extra time?
what'd you get? You got one higher than me with extra time, right? Or two?
No,
Or three?
two.
Three.
And almost
Two?
three.
Two.
What do you get? 34? Hello?
Yeah.
33, right?
You got three higher than
34,
you.
one away from a 35.
Yeah, 3 higher than me. I had 31. I'm not necessarily. Actually, I don't know if I would. Considering that, yeah, I actually don't think I would. I think I would definitely improve. I would say probably like 33, maybe. Like, because I definitely feel like the science section would just be easy peasy with as much time as you need, really, and reading and science especially would be easy peasy. Math, especially on the test that I did well on, I felt a little crunched for time in math, being that it's not necessarily the best subject. So I feel like, yeah, I'm not saying I would beat you, but I'm saying I would at least do significantly better, which I guess is kind of hard to do when you're like, but like, you know what I'm saying. But I guess I'd like to bring it to this point. How come you thought you needed extra time?
Oh, okay. So I thought that I needed extra time because there'd been a lot of signs beforehand, such as AP tests, just a bunch of things. Everything had shown that I was doing better than other students, and then also we took the ACT, and random people would end up getting like
What?
1 or 2 points higher than me. That I personally believe I should have scored higher than because other
Wait.
things such as the PSAT
Well,
or GPA
so,
or class
but
rank
Let me say
I'm
this. Let me say,
confused.
have
let me say
shown
this.
that.
If I think I should have got a 35 and I didn't, I need
Does that
extra
mean
time.
he gets extra time?
I
mean,
I
I
I'm
think
gonna get a 35. I'm gonna ace it.
like I just don't understand because I understand maybe if you did actually like need extra time for some like say I have like bad ADHD or something and I don't have medication, so like I'm not under control. I don't even know if that's like a valid argument, but like then I would go and take it and I'd probably get like a bad score, you know? I'd get like a 20 like whatever a bad score is, like a 17 or
A
something.
6. A 6
And then
would be a bad score.
then I'd get a 6. Like and it'd just be super obvious. I'd be sitting there like twitching and like throwing things and flipping the tables and be very obvious that I needed extra time. But why do you think that getting I would say 29 is probably like
a good
90th
score.
How
percentile
about there was
almost?
once when I got a
88
there was once
at
when I got a
least?
26, and there are other people I know who failed pre-calc, a class that
So what
wasn't
do you
too
need
difficult.
to
that
know
ended up getting
pre-calc
3
to
points higher than
be
mine.
You don't need to know
do you need to
pre-calc.
know
No,
pre-calc
but it's
to
just a
be good at the
sign
ACT?
that maybe
How is that a sign?
the ACT isn't very
How is-
accurate. What is the? Hey,
Would you
here's
say
my question to you,
that
Tyler.
would you say that the average person with my GPA got my ACT score? So because I have a
No.
lower GPA, does that mean that I didn't deserve my ACT score? Is that what you're saying, Chips?
I'm saying that it's characteristic that you probably could have were more likely to do bad. Worse. Not bad.
Well, then how come I got 2 high scores in a row? I'm just confused
Because you're
why
well
you
suited to
think
the ACT.
you deserve. Well, maybe you're just not well suited. So why do you get extra time?
Yes, that's why they make accommodations. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Why-
I'm not well suited to the
So-
ACT.
I get stressed when I take the ACT, and it's it's a time crunch. So do you think that I should be able to go up and be like, hey, I just want some extra time?
Okay, I got an interesting comment
If
from one of the
you- If
viewers.
you
An interesting comment.
All right,
went
interesting
to a
comment.
doctor,
Oh, okay,
you
Chips,
could
go
do
ahead.
that, man. Go for
Okay.
it.
Okay, here's the interesting comment. So, if you get prescribed Adderall, which is a common like supplement or not supplement, I don't even, a medication.
We know what it is. We
for
know what
someone
it
with
is. We know what
ADHD.
it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you, on top of that, do you still need extra time? Like, shouldn't that be enough, or is
I
it over?
see.
Is it
That's what I'm
overboard?
saying. I don't understand that, but like I guess, but it's hard for me to say because obviously I don't have it. But honestly, I probably do. But like I haven't ever talked to anyone about it. And if I do, it's
Everyone
probably
says that
super
they have it.
mild. Yeah, exactly,
Literally
Chips.
everyone
That's
says
what
they
I'm
have it.
saying to you. But then if you have it and you have a medication that makes you under control for it and you've done well in these tests in the past, not needing extra time, then what makes you think that all of a sudden you need extra time?
Because the tests in the past weren't really time crunched.
Well,
Such
so
as,
maybe
like, the
you're just bad at
MCAs and the-
managing time. That's is
Yeah,
that not
there's a reason
is
for
that
that.
not the well yeah
Do you really think
Not
that
ready
they
for
wouldn't
college.
give extra time to people with ADD if there wasn't any studies that shown that
I
maybe
mean-
there's a connection between ADD and struggling with time?
well but
You know,
is there not a connection between Adderall and improving your symptoms of ADD and if not just completely fixing them?
they don't completely fix them.
All right, I feel like
People,
I can't
almost
I
everyone
can't
who
say yes or no
takes
like
Adderall.
but I also don't feel
still
like you can say
struggles with
almost
school.
everybody that takes Adderall still struggles with school because do you struggle with school? No.
I said almost.
like
Almost. And do you just happen to know everyone? Like
I happen to know a large number of people who do take it, and I would
Wow.
say maybe like 2
So-
out of 10 do well in school.
what do you consider doing well even? I just
It's a
don't
personal
understand
thing,
how
dude.
you
That's a
don't
personal
need
thing,
extra
dude.
time on other things and you're basing your need for extra time
I
on
think
this test off of doing well on other ones.
so. I think
That
the
just
real
doesn't make sense to me.
the real question is,
So
if you
in
get
my
extra
mind-
time, should you be on the same grading scale? Like not grading scale, like the same playing field as someone that didn't. Even if you need like let's say you need it.
I'd
Should
be
you on the
fine
same
with them
grading
switching
scale?
up the grading skills.
If somebody
That'd be
well,
that'd be completely fine with me.
no, I am too. No, see, I honestly I want you to get a good score. Like for like you going to college for cheaper and getting into a better college, like that's awesome. Like good for you. Like I don't want like that doesn't affect me at all. Like yes, like you're another person that gets in, but like obviously like we want you to go to school. But I'm just saying, so like yeah, sure you should get paired in the same group, and like of course like it kind of makes sense to do what you can to do better. But I'm just saying that it's not a good comparison for you to say that you beat me on it when you needed time and a half. And
I
JMO,
I
shut
wasn't the
your
person who
mouth.
went outgoing and said I wasn't the person that went outgoing and said I destroyed you, Tyler. Actually, I did.
Well,
Yeah, I was a
I
little bit
mean,
upset. I was a
yeah,
little bit upset. Yeah.
you were pretty clear on the fact that you thought you did significantly better and you just think you're a
Well, I
superior
did
person.
technically do
But how
significantly
come
better.
but how
I was
come with
mainly
the
just
same amount of
upset about
time
all the
I
beef
got
you've
2
been
points
talking.
better? Well, but is it not backed up beef because I won? I mean, the chat seems to agree.
Oh, bringing in the
If you
chat.
won, then how come there's a 3-point difference between our
Well, how
scores right
come
now in my favor?
Well, how come when we both had the same amount of time?
Oh, so you're adding restrictions.
Well, so
if
first
you
off,
if you manipulate the data this way,
well, how is
you'll
that?
get then you win.
How is that
You're right.
really
If
a
you manipulate the
restriction?
data, that's fine.
How is that a
Well,
restriction?
you're adding a something
okay.
that'll push it in your favor.
Chips. Ask. Okay. First ACT. How many ACTs have you taken? 3? 2 with normal time and then 1 with extra time.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So first one with normal time. What were we talking about? Like a 26?
27.
27. Okay. So would you agree that 30 is greater than 27?
Yes.
Okay. Good point.
Okay,
would
I
also
like
say-
where this
Second
is
point.
going.
Hey, Alex, can I please continue speaking?
Sorry,
Thank
man.
you.
Sorry.
Second point. Second ACT test, both with the same time. Would you agree that 29, right?
Yes.
Second time, 29. Would you agree that 31 is greater than 29?
Yes, I would agree.
I rest my case.
Oh, you see, you'll
Dang.
notice that he keeps adding the restriction with extra time because he fails to accept the fact that as a
Well-
whole, he lost. As he lost in terms of the ACT, just no restrictions.
That's like
he has
asking.
the
That's like
lowest score.
saying, I might have won a race. I might have won the marathon, but I started on the 15th mile instead of at the starting line. Like I mean, I guess if you really want to be like remembered as the person that needed the pat on the back, then that's okay. Like,
It's not always a bad thing.
and no, I'm not even like you like obviously on paper you got a better score, but that was after extra time. And I'm just saying that if you really think about it,
Well,
you really didn't.
Well, here's
And
my theory. Okay,
it's just not fair to say that you won when you didn't. Just seems a little silly.
okay, so just going back to like the ACT as a whole, though, what would you say that the ACT's purpose is?
It's to evaluate your college readiness. It's a college readiness exam. That's exactly what it is, actually.
So would you say that
I mean,
you are more ready for college than I am?
I would say based on the score, yes. Based on what they're looking for and testing for in the score, yes.
Outside of the ACT, would you say that you are? From
Out of
we've
what?
seen? From outside, from just other times that we've interacted, would you say that you're more ready for college than I am?
I would say that you've definitely put in a lot more work in school. I'd say that especially in math, you definitely I just said you did. Especially in math, definitely probably more proficient, but I'd say I'm definitely obviously better in other subjects because 31 is greater than 29. And
So
I'm just
I have put in more work than Tyler.
I will not
apparently.
be going to you definitely have studied and done more homework.
I
And,
haven't.
yeah,
I haven't studied since 10th grade.
All right.
I
We
mean,
can cut it. Okay, we
that's
can cut
just
it.
off the topic.
Okay, the viewers can say. The viewers can say who they thought won. Let's move on to some Q&A. I think it's time for that. All right. If you have any questions, let us know in the chat. Well, I probably I'll be answering some of these questions
Oh, that's
too.
a loud noise.
Let's throw you in right here. Okay, type any questions you have in the chat. We can start. We'll start answering them. All right, we'll throw you in right here. All right. You would die on the streets,
Well, just
Chips.
one last statement that I'd like to say, not targeted at Tyler. I would be perfectly fine if they put people with extra time in a different testing category.
All right. That's a fair statement.
It's funny because like I even think they should be like in the same. Like, I just think it should be a little more restrictive on who can get extra time. That is my closing statement.
It's a little bit difficult to do.
I'd like to point out the comment from Juandísimo Jr. I think that's a good question we should talk about first.
What did you just say?
On DC Major.
On DC Moji. Oh god. Where is it? Oh god. Oh, here's a nice one. Will Chips and Tyler body box? Will you guys body box?
No.
I mean, maybe sometime in the future.
All right.
No, sometime
Maybe
in
a
the future,
One
most
Nation
likely.
type of stream. Maybe with some One Nation type stream, like a fight night special. All right.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. All right. How about give your thoughts on the curling scandal Broomgate? I don't even know what that is. The curling scandal of Broomgate.
Well, really, coming from an experienced curler, there's definitely a lot of things that you could try to slip your way into a curling match. One slide tactic I've seen people use is
The reverse sweep.
releasing the rock past the line. Well, a skimpily dressed woman, I guess I don't want to assume their gender, a skimpily dressed person on the side of the rink pretends, or not pretends, but just proceeds to lift up their shirt and call the attention of the ref.
Oh my. All right.
Well, I'd like to say that I have a lot of experience with people who are very expertise in curling. One such person is Lucas Askew, and so
Does he actually go
he
curling?
told me.
I don't think this
He
is
goes
what
curling at the gym
Broomgate's
a lot.
about. I'm looking up what Broomgate is.
And
Well-
he told me that these new brooms just ruined the game.
Oh,
Sweeping
here's
So
another
changes.
I'm
good
just gonna
question.
get my opinion based
Oh,
off him.
I don't even know. Okay. All right. Let's see what other questions we got going.
Hey, look at the chat. That's a great question.
No, God, no. Let's move on to who would win in a body box, Shane Murray or Jack Mason?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Shane. Murray.
Shane.
Because
wow.
I just feel like the man has been so oppressed that he definitely feels like he has something to prove. To prove, but it would definitely be a straight like limp noodle fight. And that's not even trying to be mean. That's just saying it how it is.
Jack takes 2 to the gut and then 3-piece no sauce with Shane. 3-hit KO.
Jack just gets super triggered. I don't know if Jack Mason can get triggered.
Oh, I'm always triggered. He's always triggered.
Possible. Yeah, I'd also go with Shane, to be honest.
Like we all know Shane gets triggered from when you all of a sudden just hear some screaming and something hit the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts coming in your life if you flame about League.
I'm going.
It's very personal.
Oh.
Chips got tits. Wow. There's a lot of people attacking me right now. I'd just like to point out though, Noah Lindner is asking why is Chippy Tubby, even though I beat him in a race. So.
Oh my goodness. He beat.
It's a little bit of something that he got slaughtered by somebody who's technically fat. I'd say that I'm faster.
Yeah, Noah's slow.
Oh, okay.
What's
there's a question
I don't want to answer that.
There's a question that the chat really wants to hear.
What's the question, Tyler?
Get the people what they want. I'll present the question. What's the difference between gender and sex while we go?
All right. In my opinion, sex it's like you're a male or a female. It's one of the two. All right. You can either be a guy or you can be a girl. Like that.
From your chromosomes, right?
Yeah,
like based on.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. You are a male or you are a female.
And then gender is what you are in society. What's your role in society? Like
who? Okay, so I understand that, but
like what?
Who decides someone's gender?
They do.
They do. I think they have the ability to, because they get to choose what they want to do in society.
So are you
But
right now? Can I just get this straight? Are you assuming that everybody that wants to pick their gender picks the pronoun they?
I don't even know.
Mm.
What? I don't know what to say.
I just feel like you're just trying to assume things right now, and you know what happens when you assume in 2016.
I do know what happens when we assume in 2016.
I'd just like to say that I'm more of a
Oh,
forward thinker, and I don't think that scientists have the right to determine what somebody's sex is. And saying that, you're determined by your number of chromosomes is just it's just what white privilege people say.
Well, so then, Chips, what's the difference between sex and gender then?
It's all about what the person wants to be. It's whatever they decide. Man.
Can somebody
It's
be
all
a
about
different? Can
personal
somebody
choice.
say they want their sex to be male and their gender to be female?
People have the right to control themselves. If they want themselves to be identified this way, they can have that. That's just how it is. You have the right, and scientists can't take that away from you. That's why all these white privileged scientists are trying to take away people's ability to determine their own sex, and it's just wrong.
Are you assuming every scientist is white?
Absolutely. It's been actually statistically proven.
No, get Lauren on the show.
All
Get
of
Lauren
them.
on the show. Lauren, we want to hear Lauren's opinion on the question.
Well, what's your opinion on white privileged men taking the computer for longer than they're allowed to?
About that. About that. Oh god. There's so many great questions. No, it's not my girl. That's definitely my sister. Oh
That's
my
questionable.
God.
Nobody saw it. There's no proof.
That's true. They did not see it. All right. I feel like that's all the questions. Any like last minute questions that anyone has before this episode 4 is over? I feel like everyone's used up their great questions that they've been thinking about during the week. Oh my god, there's so everyone wants to know about space, but space will just go on forever. Oh my god.
Well, because space does go on
Oh
forever.
god, please no.
Correct.
Not like this.
If space is ever expanding, where does it go?
I don't know.
Where does it go?
We don't have our space
Chips,
expert.
if
on.
it's ever expanding,
What makes it
where
ever
is it
expanding?
expanding
What
to?
if? What if? It's we're
White
actually in a
privileged
fishbowl.
scientists, no, white privileged scientists have said that it is ever expanding.
What if the fishbowl is expanding too, and then we're still in the fishbowl? Thought about
Well,
that?
but then where does the fishbowl keep going?
Don't worry about it.
We want to know what what's a good band name? I see that he's actually our space expert. JMO B29. He wants to know any good band names you have in mind. I don't know any.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
All right.
I just thought of that right off the brain.
Why can we go so high, only so low?
Can-
We've already answered that. That was like in episode 1.
No, that's definitely not episode. That was last episode, wasn't it?
I don't even remember when that was. All right.
To answer your question, Nolan or 17, whoever you might be, I definitely say just honestly, especially when you're famous, like they let you do whatever you want, so you might as well just grab them by the pussy.
Stowe 74, yes.
Yeah, right. It's scripted.
Right, it's scripted.
Right, scripted. 100%.
100%. I mean,
Okay,
how
so
could
you're
SKT win 3 years in a row if it's not scripted?
Only for
I mean,
Dignitas to make
I
their
watched
return.
Faker's streams, and he's not even good.
Dignitas is
Like,
gonna return and win it all.
honestly, I've got a friend named Jack Peters who I'm pretty sure you could 1v1 him.
A rising star in the league community.
Yeah, except for he's got someone actually holding him back from his promos. In
Who's
ranked.
that?
About that.
I prefer to not say names, but they've had a history of shutting off his computer.
Wow, that sounds leashed.
Yeah.
Hashtag leashed in the chat, please. Monopoly live
Yeah,
stream.
somebody say shot collar.
hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Maybe I don't know how to set up a Monopoly live stream, but if I find out how, we'll do it. Chips is greater
Make
than
sure to
fake
use the
news.
right
Stoke
rules at
74.
Mr. Kelly.
Exactly. If Mr. Kelly's in the chat, thank you for telling me the right rules today in econ. I really
We
hope he's
definitely
here.
need. We should get a Monopoly live stream and play
Bet.
with Mr. Kelly using the right
What if
rules.
Mr. Kelly's watching right now? Hey, Mr. Kelly, if you're watching right now, I'd like to give a huge shout out to you for, I don't know, watching.
Oh,
That'd be
Admit it.
legend.
Chips. Shankopotamus wants to know, did you need extra time getting the lawnmower out of your yard?
I'd just like to throw it out there. I had nothing to do with the lawnmower that was in my yard and ended up in Colin Buck's yard. So I have no idea what he's talking about, actually.
All right. Okay,
I
we
have
good?
no connection with it.
I think we're wrapped up. We all good?
But before we wrap up, just remember to tune in next week. We're not
Next week.
exactly sure what the time is because we're kind of switching between
I feel
times right
I
now,
feel like
so we're
these
not
later times are
certain when it will be. But just
I think we might stick
Make
with
sure
9
to check
o'clock.
in.
9 o'clock.
We
might
got
be a
some pretty good
time.
turnout here.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining in.
Make sure to follow on Twitter at @1_nation_show
Exactly. Okay.
and
tell
hit
your
up
friends, tell your family.
AT&T.
Maybe put our posters. Make some posters for us. Put it all over Eastview or other schools if you go there. Tweet
Spread
it
the
out,
word.
Follow the Twitter. All right. Are we good? I'll see you guys next week. Chips, any closing words? Chips, hello? Closing words?
no, I have no closing words. That's
Alright.
it. I'd say it's a wrap.
All right, Tyler, thanks for joining in.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you guys next week. Episode 5 of One Nation. Episode 4, a great success. Even better next time. See ya.